Welcome back to um, M bracket. Should be Mob Go. Uh, yeah. So the great update, episode 27, Mob Go or Mob bracket. Let's just go right up here, and the house is gone. The road is gone. The big building is gone. I don't see a road to the village. I've already explored this, so I know what's going on. Over the weekend, they had a event for voting for a building that somebody had made for the new Minecraft movie. You got to vote for three people that made a house type of a thing. And I went in there and voted for somebody, and I think somebody did friend request. So I'm like, yeah, sure. And I forgot that I'd put my world to multiplayer, even though I never had accepted anybody in. And the next day I knew that person had shown up. Nothing nefarious going on. They didn't do this. They came in, I gave them a little tour, gave them some diamonds, they left, said they'd be back the next day. And I realized, I wonder if I can get a friend of mine to come on and play. So he came on and we played for a while, and I showed him what's been going on in Minecraft in general, and showed him the tour and stuff like that. And he left and everything was fine still. I think I'd gotten a corrupt file warning at some point or another. But I was still able to play. I'd actually... Anyways, yeah. So at one point, I think I was in my sheep farm, and the game just crashed out. And I went back in and logged in, and I seen like a glitch of me standing in the sheep farm. And then all of a sudden I was sitting here in the dark going, what the heck just happened? And I went to go in my building, and there's no... I'm like, where's the gate to get in? This is not the directions I put everything in. And then I realized it basically cut 75% of the house off. Tunnel's still down here. This did go into big giant caves. It's obviously not a big giant cave anymore. This is empty. I can't remember if I left that empty. And then this was sealed off with a door on that side and all that, and it's all gone. Again, not as bad as I'm making it out to sound. I'm not trying to build up for climax or whatnot. But yeah, so obviously I have inventory now. It's because I went and explored just to see if anything was left. So I'm not going to go back again, but I got the bed from the village. I went over to the village. The village was basically vanilla again. I stole the hay bales, made myself some bread so I wouldn't starve. Went and climbed up there and looked around, and it's completely gone. And I'm like, this is just wild. Yeah, and then I look and I see, what the heck? So part of the map had stayed. It's about 2 to 3 weeks worth of progress that we've lost. I guess, yeah, that's part of the... I don't want to call it geode that we made, but shell that we made. So this is how I got the pufferfish in my hand, was I swam over there. Do I have... Oh, we have dirt. I didn't know I had just regular dirt. That would have been easier. I think I used wood to get up to it last. So it's only part of the map. We'd actually been changing the whole thing to black. So we'd been black carpeting everything. I'd been putting glass with black on top. I was almost there. No armor, no weapons, except for the wooden axes that we have now after we farmed some wood. So I'd been going through, and this is almost half the map. This guy, I think, sits on half the map. So this was about That doesn't seem right. Maybe he was off-centered. Maybe the map center was a little bit over here. Anyways, this was a little starship. We had a little arcade game going on here. We had, I think, 4 maps of it in the strip mall. Those are all gone. I do still have yeah. So here's the good news: is I have backup files. Unfortunately, the last backup file was, like I said, about 2 to 3 weeks ago. So we've lost that progress. Um, Pretty much. Yeah, it's going to be a short video because I don't have much to talk about on this world. I could go into the other one, but you've seen everything that's in there. We do have the backup of it, so that's good. Uh, yeah, the backup, we pretty much have every building still built. I just went through just a few minutes ago and changed 27, about half of my sheep to black wool only, so that if I do decide to do this again, hello, we can catch up a little faster. Yeah, that was one thing that I did notice while putting everything to black. Originally, we'll pop this back up. And it just must have been an optical illusion even to myself. Originally, I thought these were black and these were gray. And when I started doing all this, I realized that this didn't make everything black. That's what I'd done first, is I'd went row through row and just covered up the cobbled deep slate. Sorry, there we go. Just covered up the cobbled deep slate. And then I realized the whole map wasn't black, and I took a really deep look, and these actually come out like a brown. So I'm not sure if maybe they were the brick versions of these that I thought were black, or maybe it was the basalt generator. I may have used a basalt generator, and it could have been basalt and not tough. Still, tough is nice and easy to farm up, so brown map isn't bad. The whole thing will be black like this eventually. So we'll have to remake the arcade games, which didn't take too long. But since my map's in a little bit of a disarray here, I'll have to do the world where I'm a few weeks back and figure out exactly what I'm going to do with that. Yeah. So yeah, if either of the visitors to the game see this, just know that world is corrupt, and the things that we did are gone while you were here. The other thing too is, and I double checked my ender chest because I was really hoping that they were in my ender chest. Let's get back to the non-safe house. Which we don't have an ender chest here, obviously. But I did double check my ender chest. I didn't have the sulfur cubes, so all the sulfur cube stuff is gone. This is kind of on track for. I might eat some bread again before we talk. This is kind of on track for what happened to me when the I don't want to say, yeah, trial chambers came out. That's when I'd lost my big world, and it's kind of on track with that in a sense of. Hello. Okay. When these corruptions happen, and I don't know all the specifics. I did look it up. One of them said something about maps and reaching maps limit, but the maps limit is like 32,000. So I don't think me making maps was the problem. I guess we'll find out at some point or another if that's the case or not. Do we want to? I don't think we want to talk outside. We'll go talk in a cave. We don't have a window. We'll talk here. Oh, you know what? We'll put ourselves in a cage. Put ourselves in a cage here. Not the safest place. We'll put a bed down. Yeah. So kind of on track with how my last corruption happened. I'm glad I made backups. I wish I'd made more. It was the 2 weeks, other than the arcade thing, it was kind of a progress, no progress. There are some things that I want to talk about. I would like to get the first arcade cabinet remade, recreated, and going. um, but I do have some projects in real life. Last week I actually had some dental work done, so wasn't really able to hop on and talk that much. Still a little pain going on right now as well. I do have an axe for you if you want it. Okay, thank you. Those guys are gonna hang out under trees. That's fine. Uh, yeah. Summer is, I don't know. Feels like it's halfway gone, and I haven't gotten a chance to get out too much. So you're probably not gonna see me too much after this episode. I'll try to do one for the arcade, and I think I have some vacation time in a couple weeks where I plan to go out and be in the wild. Um, mm, yeah. Uh, oh, that was another thing too, and I thought about that. I'll have to look and see. Basically, I had 5 backups of the world. One of them is probably just this house, full, not destroyed like this, and a few other things. I think at one time I may have mentioned it that there are um, various add-ons that you can do on Minecraft, Bedrock. Um, I think I did play around with a couple of them recently. Just opened a new world, played around, said, "Yeah, no, not for me." But some of them were fun. Some of them were interesting. I could always do something where I take like the oldest or second oldest version of Mobgogh, introduce it in. I think one of them had extra dungeons and stuff like that, which was interesting. A couple of them were for mounts. Some of them are the free things. Uh, yeah, so I could try stuff like that, but I think for the most part, it's going to be a little quieter on this channel. Yeah, so the corruption happened. Maybe we call this corrupted, or maybe we rename it M bracket. That might be a good one. We could rename it M bracket, and then start a new world from this. You're okay, buddy. Um, yeah, so I take it everything basically in this world that I had explored or messed with, I'm guessing basically everything from this direction over in the world was deleted in a sense. It really is interesting that I have no armor on. I guess I did have an ender chest in here, but it probably would have been. I think the bed was around here, so the ender chest was probably around here. It really was weird that I had no gear on. I don't think. I don't have a pickaxe right now. Do I have. Let's see if we drop this down. Make a few sticks. Oops. Make a pick. Nope. Need to make more wood. There we go. Let's just dig into this just for the heck of it. Because there was a bunch of chests. Nah. It's gone. It wasn't much of a lip. It was basically kind of a lip like this, and then we went to the next room. I was hoping maybe this would have still been here. I think the enchanting table was here. Well, there's some cobble though. I wonder if that went to the cave, but that wouldn't make sense if it reset. Don't ask me why I'm doing this, because I don't know the answer. Let's dig into this thing. Oop. Okay, so this was to the mines. Still interesting, but yeah. We'll just kind of block it back out real quick. Not really needed. I don't know why I did it with dirt. Whatever. Now we got stone to play with. Yeah. So, I mean, it is funny because you can see, like, I think this is Podzol, that some of the trees that we planted were still here and waiting to regrow, and then it reset all the other trees. And I must have put dirt in there. I must have made this whole thing land by myself, and I thought it was just natural, but I must have done it myself. Yeah. I think some of the funny things is like the cut trees too. Like like you can tell that this tree got cut. Even though all this is still here, it cut that, and then it also cut. There was probably a tree here at one point, and now we just have floating leaves that aren't touching wood, so they should be disintegrating, but they're just corrupted leaves. Yeah. I think we do actually have some potions left, though. That's the only bonus we got going on in this world is some potions. Which is funny. Alright, well, like I said, this was going to be a short video. I am still recovering from dental work. And heck, we might just make this into a little house here. And yeah, we'll try and work on the arcade. That's what I was gonna say. Is there's kind of no guarantee at this point too. If the world is corrupt, I'm not sure what caused it. I'm not sure if we're close on the backup save that I have, which I made one or two backup saves of that backup save. But I'm not sure if that world's just going to become corrupt, or if it was the sulfur cubes, or if it was the odd multiplayer, because even though I don't blame any person that came and visited, I think that feature was kind of new. So it seems like whenever new features like the sulfur cubes and this multiplayer thing come out, that I don't know, that just doesn't seem to go well for anybody. I probably will not go back for more sulfur cubes. We'll probably just keep working on the projects that we wanted to work on. And it also, this whole thing kind of gave me some weird, interesting thoughts on how I could have been playing this all along. Doing the backups a little bit more. When I went and explored 10,000 blocks this way and 10,000 blocks that way, maybe I should have just made a save, said, nope, not going that way, and went back to the old save. But I get loot monkey fever going on and start trying to collect everything out there anyways, even if it's not the specific thing I'm looking for. But I think that traveling was one big deal that affected us poorly. Anyways, yeah. Next time I'll see you back on the best version that we have of the game, hopefully, and we'll see how it goes from there. Or I will come up with new ideas and talk to you then. All right, you guys have a good one. Oh, wrong button. There we go. Bye-bye.